Hey there, cats and kittens. My name is Alonda Carter, and I am the Recovering Hunbot. I create anti-MLM, that's anti-multi-level marketing videos, and on occasion, I do dip my toes into true crime. Today's video is going back into TikTok. For some reason, I really like to torture myself with the TikTok. But today we are going to be looking at, for 2020, the top Beachbody Coach, what she has done over on TikTok. Now, I guess I'm going to kind of give you a trigger warning right here, because if you have been an alcoholic or you're a recovering alcoholic, basically, like I'm a recovering Hunbot, or if somebody in your family is an alcoholic or they're a recovering alcoholic, this could possibly be triggering to you. Now, the main problem that I have with all of the things that this person is doing over on TikTok, it is because that she has built her brand around booze. Now, I don't have any problem with adults drinking alcohol. My husband, if you don't know, he's a wine guy. He's a sommelier. So yeah, there's alcohol in our home. So it's not like I'm someone that's like, nope, you should never drink alcohol. But I also come from an alcoholic home. My father was an alcoholic. My stepfather was an alcoholic. I made a lot of very poor choices earlier in my life because of being raised in that type of home. So I find it extraordinarily inappropriate and irresponsible for anyone to build their brand based around the consumption of alcohol. Now, myself in my videos, you may have heard me in the past say something, oh, need a shot of tequila or something like that. That's like a one-off. That's not like putting it out there on the regular of like, I'm drinking all the time. And that's the issue that I have, because it's clip after clip after clip. It's about wine. And, the thing is, over on TikTok, that's a much younger audience. That's kids and young adults. And, there's a lot of kids, preteens, teenagers, that can be troubled, and they don't need to be encouraged to go and drink alcohol because they're underage, but they could see this and potentially think, oh, this is okay to do. She's making it look like this is the cool thing to do. And I think that's just a problem, especially if you're someone who has, a large audience, and she does have a decent sized audience. So what kind of message are you sending? I think you have a responsibility as someone that people are watching on the internet, no matter if you have like a small little bitty nano itsy bitsy kind of audience or you have a great big one. I think you have a social responsibility for that, and to be putting out things that you're basically you're modeling behavior. So this behavior to me is unacceptable for somebody who is supposed to be attracting people to them to grow her business, her multi-level marketing business. And here she is at the top of the, I just find it highly problematic. And the thing that gets me is if she was with any other kind of company, because she said, I own my own business. You're an independent contractor. Maybe you have an LLC, you've done something great, good for you. You're shilling MLM products. You're not creating these products. It's not your own brand on that, but you've built a brand off of drinking wine. And I just think it's irresponsible. I think it's wrong. And, if you were with an actual company, like you were employed by them and you were doing this, that would be a problem. They wouldn't want you doing that. They would not want their name associated with you. You get what I'm saying? So today we're going to take a look at this, and I apologize. I get a little bit heated, but I am really sick and tired of seeing these Hunbots over on TikTok, which is a platform for such a younger audience. You should get off of it. You shouldn't be shilling your wares over there, in my opinion. And it's just wrong. It's just wrong as far as I'm concerned. How is it that it's okay that you're promoting alcohol consumption to minors. I mean, that is just wrong. The contents of this video is for entertainment purposes. It is based on my experience, my opinions, and my research. Please always do your own research. That's something that I say a lot, and a lot of us in the anti-MLM community encourage other people to do their research. What I do is I critique multi-level marketing companies, people who create multi-level marketing companies, people who are at the top of multi-level marketing companies, and then those like sideline coaching, business coaching things to help you be successful. That's what I do. Oh, by the way, today, okay, first of all, I've been doing vintage hairstyles. My goal today was to do kind of a take on Lucille Ball earlier in her career, and she had kind of like her hair half up, half down, kind of like all curly and poodly up here. That didn't go exactly as planned. I need more practice with that. So this ended up being kind of a 40s brush out kind of a thing. I don't really know what it is, but it's, you know, it's not what I planned, but I'm just going with it because I'm not doing all that all over again. So without further ado, you're going to take the ride with me over on TikTok and see the kind of content that she's putting out there that minors can view.
Why is that person running? Are you okay? Is somebody chasing you? You're running on purpose. 7 in the morning.
Okay, to me, I think it's funny. I'm not a runner myself. It's like, oh, wow, you're doing that? It's 7 in the morning. But then she takes a slug of the wine. Now, I doubt she filmed this actually at 7 in the morning. But still, do you see how that can really send an inappropriate message? And I do worry about people who are like joining her team. It's like if they have a problem or somebody in their family has a problem with alcohol, this just seems so inappropriate and wrong to me. I mean, your opinion could be different and that's okay, but I just don't see how doing this is a good thing. And I don't understand why someone would choose to put this on a platform where there's a bunch of minors.
Hey, this is for the coronavirus, so if you're not the coronavirus, just keep scrolling. Okay.
Okay. I'm guessing that what she took a sip out of, since she's known for drinking wine, there was booze inside of there, because I would not be surprised at all. And I do think we all do want this pandemic to stop. But I still will always have a problem with the fact that there's minors on this platform. And there you are, a Beachbody coach, trying to get eyeballs on you from minors.
Is there alcohol in this? Oh, God, honey, no. What kind of mother do you think I am? Why do you want a little bit? Because if you're going to drink, I'd rather you do it in the house.
As a former teacher, I remember when I was teaching computer applications to 3-year-olds. And I would jokingly say to other people, oh, I need me a flask of tequila because, I mean, they're holding them out. It's like, I mean, with the death grip and everything. It's, teaching little ones like that, it is daunting. But I go back to the fact that her daughter's right there as she's doing this. I mean, I find it very inappropriate using your children in this way. And especially you're promoting the use of alcohol. I mean, I've gone off before about Jeffree Star and how he'll, talk about take another hit and stuff. It's like, I just find all of that to be highly problematic because I feel that it can encourage young people doing behavior that, they're not of age to do. And pot isn't, like legal everywhere anyway. I know most people think it's no big deal, but still, let's not encourage people to do something that's against the law. And if you're over on TikTok drinking booze and the majority of people over there are minors, then in my book, that's what you're doing. And I don't think that Beachbody should be okay with that. I mean, if this is reported, are they going to be horrified and be like, you've got to leave? Or they're probably just going to say like, oh, she brings in so much money, we just don't care.
I don't fucking like you. What? I said, I don't fucking like you. You don't like me? No.
Now, as someone who puts out content on YouTube, there's people who don't like me. I expect that. Someone like that, again, I go back to what kind of behavior are you modeling for kids? Let me give you an example. Both of my stepsons, because I remember this was a couple of years ago, and one of them was over here, and we were taking a walk. His dad was with his other son, and I was taking care of the younger one, and we were taking a walk around the block with the dogs and stuff because, you know, dogs got to go outside. And he said some things to me that were inappropriate, and I let him know. And I had told him when he started following me on social media, I'm like, you know, I've got a potty mouth. And I think he thought it was okay to send me like jokes using language that, you know, you're not a teenager. You're not 18. It's inappropriate. And I let him know. So to me, her putting that out there on TikTok with using an F-bomb, I find highly inappropriate because you're modeling behavior again for kids. Now, do I give a flying pig's nut that people are cussing? No, I have a big time potty mouth, but you know what? I pull it in here on YouTube because I know that there are some people who are moms that listen to me, and I don't want them to have to run over like, oh my gosh. Every now and then, yeah, something will slip, but I really try to, you know, edit what I say. And I think some of that comes from also having been a teacher. And I can remember myself and my colleague, we'd be in the middle school lab, and both of us, I mean, she was from New York, so, you know, our mouths are just a going, but the kids come in and boom, we would turn that off because it's not appropriate. So I'm going to go with, this is not appropriate for a grown woman to be on a platform that is targeting kids and young adults and doing this. And furthermore, I really think, you know, if the kids see this, one, they're probably going, why is this woman on here doing this? I mean, I don't get that. You know, sometimes you got to let something just be for the kids. Back away. Just back away.
Okay, hear me out. I've been thinking about this a lot. I'm pretty sure, almost 100% sure, that the FBI agent that has been assigned to my computer camera has fallen in love with me at this point, because I don't know how he couldn't. But now I just feel horrible because he's just suffering, watching his soulmate go through life, and he can't tell me because it would be a government breach. So I just feel bad. That's tough to go through for anybody. I don't know.
Between that last one and this one, and maybe it's just me, but it seems like the clips that she's chosen, it's like a bit narcissistic, a little bit full of yourself. And I know this is supposed to be tongue-in-cheek and a joke, but you know, when you are someone that is that much at the top of the, it just seems trashy to me. I mean, again, maybe it's just me, but it seems extremely trashy. If she were my daughter, we'd be having a sit down. I don't care how much money she's making shilling MLM. We'd be having a sit down. If I behaved like that, if my mother knew that I behaved like that, she would have had a sit down with me, I think, you know? I mean, I just don't understand how a grown woman can feel that this is appropriate, because think about this. Imagine, because she does have at least one child that I know of. Imagine, you know, jump ahead in time, go into the future, and now there is somebody on a kid's platform targeting her kids like how she is. How would she feel about that? How would she feel about the language they were using, or the fact that they are drinking wine or margaritas or whatever all the time on there, and her child is seeing this? How would that make her feel? I don't think that they think past their own nose. And that's a problem, because I go back to, if you've got a voice, you got a following, and people are looking up to you, give them something to look up to. Don't be trashy.
I'm excited and I feel relaxed and I'm ready to party.
Whew. As an adult, I can remember when I would go down to this pub when I lived downtown, and I would not like scream, I'm ready to party, but it would be very evident that we were ready to, have some adult beverages, relax, and have a good time. Not an issue. I just keep going back to, there's kids watching this. I mean, there's kids on the platform for the most part, young adults and stuff. Is this the message that if you are someone they're looking up to, is this a message that you should be sending? Is this a positive role model? What are you modeling? I mean, to me, it just makes me incredibly uncomfortable. And I do think about people who are on her team, that if they have a problem or somebody in their family has a problem, the kind of message that it sends, to me, I almost feel like it squashes the whole idea that anybody could have an addiction to alcohol. And that's simply not the case. Now, I don't have the stats in front of me. I do know alcoholism is very much a wide problem. And I don't think that someone who is somewhat of an influencer, I don't know how many followers she has, but I'm just going to, in Beachbody, she's an influencer, I'll just say that. And I just feel awful. Ew. That just feels like I just kind of vomit a little in my own mouth, even saying that out loud. But I think you know what I mean. To me, I just feel that it's irresponsible and it's in bad taste. Again, it's not that I'm some kind of prude. It's not that I've never sat around and I'll talk about shots of Fireball and shots of tequila. It's not that I've never done that stuff, and I will do it in the future. But if you're putting out an image on social media and you want people to join your team, or even if you don't want people to join your team, if you're just have some sort of influence out there, is this the message to be sending? I think the world already has enough problems. We don't need to encourage bad behavior,
Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to make an easy drink I call the quarantine spritz. So you're going to take any white wine, whatever you have open works, or if you happen to find any left at the store. That's 4 ounces. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Then we're going to take our ice, throw it in a bowl, let it melt, and save it in case we run out of our water supply. Then you're going to take sparkling water, throw it in the trash because this is a global pandemic and it's not the time to water down your alcohol. Then we're going to add 2 more ounces of the white wine. 1, 2. Perfect.
I'm just uncomfortable. I think I've said why, and I don't want to just keep on yabbering and saying the same exact thing, but is it just me? I mean, am I being too harsh? If this was someone who was an actual celebrity, wouldn't we be having a problem if they were exhibiting this behavior? Wouldn't this be like all over the place and people would be questioning why they are on a platform that targets kids talking about booze so much,
Does anyone else feel like the quarantine life is turning them into an alcoholic? We're all drinking every day, right? It's not just me.
Oh, yes. The pandemic has been hard on all of us. And when we were all on lockdown, it was hard Do I think everybody was sitting around and drinking all day? No, I don't. Do I think, because I remember when all of this first went down and I told my husband, I'm like, there's going to be problems. There's going to be an increase in drug use. There's going to be an increase in alcohol abuse. There's going to be an increase in domestic abuse. We're going to see a rise in murders, all these different things that I know will happen when people are under a lot of pressure, and we are under a tremendous amount of pressure. And we keep having, like, my gosh, these fires and like these hurricanes. And right now, beta has already started raining here and we're preparing for a tropical storm. I mean, there's a lot going on. But the whole idea to say, like, basically, like, everyone's just drinking, and to basically legitimize that it's okay if you are, because I am too. No words. How is that okay? Why is that okay? Why is that being allowed? Why would Beachbody be okay with that? Do you think they're okay with it? I mean, I'm not. I'm just not.
Replace the word problem with the word opportunity in all your thoughts. Okay. I have a very severe drinking opportunity.
You're a grown woman promoting drinking to minors. How much worse can it get with these Huns? How much worse? This is just absolutely disgusting to me.
If my best friend and I don't own a lake house that our family spends summers in, where our husbands are consistently fighting over who's better at flipping the kids off the tubes, while we're the cute moms drinking wine coolers and floating around in our swimsuits all day, I don't want it.
Do you see how there's clip after clip after clip revolving around drinking? I'm not okay with it. I don't think you should be too. I mean, I'm not the judge and jury, and I don't want to tell you what to think, but I just can't imagine that, adults are okay with another adult promoting drinking to kids. That will just never be okay with me, It just won't.
Okay, look, it's Saturday, so we're obviously going to get drunk and we're going to throw that ass back. But remember to go to the gym first, because lift weights, then make mistakes. It's called balance.
Okay, this disturbs me. Okay, again, if you were doing this just to adults, I wouldn't have a problem with it, but it's the fact that there's young adults and teenagers and maybe preteens on here. I mean, I'm not sure at what age people go onto TikTok. If you know, let me know. But I just feel that it's promoting bad behavior. I feel that, because, honestly, when I was a teen, I was kind of a troubled teen. I had gone through a lot of stuff in my early life. There was a lot of issues going on. And the last thing that when you're a kid with issues that you need to see is some adult promoting bad behavior, because there's a really good chance that you're going to latch onto that because you're like, oh, okay, they're doing it, so why can't I? You know what I mean?
I have an idea. I'll come over and I'll go in your backyard and I'll strip down naked, and then you can wash me with the hose, just hose me down, and I'm clean, and then I'll put on clean clothes and I'll wear a mask. I would be willing to do that just to see you, because I miss you.
Okay, I would say that we all miss each other and everything, but I also feel like this kind of is encouraging some behavior that we don't really need going on because we don't have a vaccine or anything, I mean, I'm still a friend of mine, a very good friend of mine, his wife died, I think this past week. And I was talking, his ex-girlfriend is one of my best friends. And so, we were talking to each other, via text and stuff. And his daughter wanted us all to get together. Well, I don't want to go to a restaurant because I know a restaurant is risky because your mouths are open, no mouth, all of that stuff. I'm high risk as a cancer survivor. I don't want to do that. So I feel like this again can promote something that there could be consequences, because maybe somebody is like, yeah, well, let's go do that. And I don't know, am I reaching? I don't think I am, but just anything that's promoting something that it's like, I haven't lived through a pandemic, I want people to be safe. And it just seems like an adult that kids could see this, that, you can just get the wrong idea. That's my opinion. Again, yours could be different.
So I just saw this TikTok that if you do this in the sun, that it looks like you're doing it in slow motion. So I thought I'd try it because I don't really believe that. Okay, let's see.
Well, that's definitely a TikTok that really didn't serve any purpose. What was the point of that?
I'm freaking the fuck out right now. A member of the CDC just called me and told me I personally need to isolate myself because one of the new symptoms for the virus is having big titties and a great fucking personality.
Your baby is right there with you. I mean, I can't imagine, this baby growing up and seeing this, because somebody's going to save a receipt somewhere. It just doesn't seem right to me, I wouldn't want to do that with my kid right there. And I wouldn't want to talk like that with my child right there. Again, it could just be me. Let me know, is it just me? Because it makes me so uncomfortable every single time I go on TikTok, because I will look up different MLM companies and I look and see what people are doing. And it's just like, how many train wrecks can there possibly be on one platform, Go ahead and like this video if you liked it, that thumbs up kind of a thing. Give it a thumbs down. Doesn't matter to me. It's all engagement. So I don't care. Leave a comment. If there is another company you would like me to react to their TikToks, let me know. Leave that in the comments. And as cringy as this is for me and as uncomfortable as it makes me, I know you guys like to see my reaction, so I will do that. It seems like this has become a thing for Fridays for me to put out some reacting to TikToks, because like I've said many times, I'm not going to tick or talk because that's just not happening. But let me know. And remember, you're beautiful and I love you.